All right, all right, all right. What's up, everybody? Man, you know what it is. It's another That's What's Up show with me, um, D Stern, here coming at you. Man, before we get it going, man, we got a lot of wonderful things to talk about. Man, I'm happy. My wife came home today, so everything's good at the house. Everything's good at the crib. Got another 2, 3 weeks in the week we cut down I got going now. We're going to start this breeding project today. Getting off into that. Got some wonderful weed here today that we're going to sample and smoke on, courtesy of Tacoma Holistic Collective. Uh, really good. I'm working on getting my camera updated so we can have some of that. But you know what it is. Man, shout out, love everybody in the network, man. Thank you for all the positive feedback. Thank you for all the encouraging words for me and my family. I really love it and appreciate it. So I thank everybody out there who showed me some love. We got some more, man. Me and GC got some confrontation talking about this thing about wonderful. So I'm gonna talk about it. Wonderful to me, man. It's wonderful. It's really good, outspoken. I got Ed Rothenall, coming on the show within the next week or two. Wonderful dude, um, grower, guru, uh, Moogle. I'm talking about, man. The man that done it all from start to finish. Everything you can think of, he has made it. This is my third book of this, y'all. This is my third book. I'm getting this marijuana book he has, which is 473 pages, 74 pages long. It's my third book. It's the Cannabis Actual Growers Handbook for uh, the campus that they have in Amsterdam. When you want to go and learn how to grow by weed, they use that. But today, actually, I got some love from Tacoma Holistic Center. I'm gonna do a review on the Kushberry. They got it looks really really wonderful. I got a gram of that. It's super super frosty, red hair, smells real real good. I'm gonna put it in a grinder, grind it up, and I have some different Blue Dream that I'm giving a review on as well. We'll get that into it. And today, I'm sorry, last week, y'all, man, I know it was a terrible thing, but we had some complications with UStream, so we couldn't do the show last week. We did a quarter of it, but we got it fixed. So everything is looking real good, real wonderful. We have the giveaway we're going to do for the 400 sub giveaway for the 70 seeds. 70 seeds we're going to give away today to a lucky winner. And I have some things for the social grow as long before we get into everything we're supposed to. I have the Blackberry Kush here. I have the Northern Light here. We're going to get into it. And I actually want to give an apology to Aaron, my boy at Tieresa for last week for the short show, but everything's going good. Look, y'all, we got the Kushberry. What are y'all smoking on? I want to know. What are you smoking on? Uh, I see you. I see you in here. Let me get here before I roll this up. Uh, see what's up with who everybody's on tonight. I see everybody on here. It's a lot of y'all, so I'm not going to give a whole lot of shout out. Just thank you everybody that came out. We'll roll this up so we can get started. So I got a lot of things I want to get to tonight. And I've been real busy this past week or two with my daughter coming, and my wife finally came home tonight. Um, Baby's not due to the 31st, but she got to come home instead of me being there 2, 3 more weeks. So I'm thankful that she's home. That's why I said it's going to be a good show tonight, because I'm not stressed out and not worried about nothing. So we're going to get this in tonight. Man, I thank y'all for watching in, tuning in. I thank guys. Thank y'all for people like GC who like to keep this going. Something's going on, something's wrong with you. Let him know he works with you. Everything's going real good. What y'all smoking on, man? I'm smoking on some right now. I'm smoking on some Washington Goo right now. Strawberry Avgu. Let me zoom this in. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm on the laptop tonight, so my view ain't that good. T Miss baby. Oh, we get into that. We into that. Hey, and Aaron Holmes, my boy, we're gonna make it up tonight. I'm sorry about last week. We're gonna make it up tonight. We got them in the house. It's all good. It's all good. Let me roll this up and we're gonna get with you. So everybody, before we get to starting, I know I'm a little late. I'm sorry, and I apologize. Everybody, roll your weed up. Get your weed together. Medicate. Ding. All my folks at the social, get ready. We're gonna roll it up now because I got some things you would really love to what's going on. That what's happening right now in the marijuana industry that I'm gonna share with you. Um, and you really will love this. So get your weed together. We're gonna roll it up. Give me a second. Here, maybe y'all see it. That's how fast I roll a joint, y'all. Yeah. So, sorry, y'all. Normally, I'm usually having this roll, but before we have this, before I light this up and get it ready, today is going to be a good show. We're going to actually have this here that you see here. This is my blackberry Kush. Has been actually growing really, really wonderful, really great. I don't have to worry about the pheno or structure because I know the mother plant it came from. I took a clone off of it, and the mother plant is doing really, really wonderful. So this is actually the same pheno, same structure. I'm getting this just to make mist off, just to make the female pollen from. And we're going to get into that. This here is my Northern Light, this 20-year strand. I took two clones off of, both survived. One I'm going to have as just a breeder. I'm going to collect the pollen from this one to hit the other one to make it so it'll germinate. Um, and I'm going to show you that journey that I have. This one here, I'm going to show you how to take the pollen off of this mother plant here and apply it to other plants so that you can make fem seeds from it. Now, this plant here is a female plant. Yes, I know that. I took it from the female plant, but with the Tieresa mist that we have today, y'all, in the house, they have a spray that you spray 7 to 10 days. Sometimes different strands, different longer. I'm gonna get to that. But you can spray it, and instead of like colloidal silver, where you spray it on the branches, it'll make fem seeds. This here makes female pollen, which works so wonderful for us breeders because if we have a female plant and we want to take the pollen, we want to save it when we want to capture it. Um, if you want to put it onto a different plant or you want to save them genetics to cross it or back cross it, however you want to do it, you can do it. And the pollen is a female pollen instead of being of a male plant that you would take and capture the pollen from. Now, this pollen is very strong. When you sit up here and take the tears mist that switches a female plant, as we got here, to a male plant, the pollen that you get is very, very strong. So everything that in that area, I would really section it off. I would really blockade it off. I would really take it and take it out of the room that you would actually have it at because sometimes things have happened. I'm telling you with this mist. This mist is strong. This is going to turn this female plant here, right? It's going to make male organs come out of this female plant to make female pollen. This is not colloidal silver. Colloidal silver makes female seeds, but the pollen that it makes off repollinates the plant and makes a seed. This here makes it so that you can capture the pollen and have female pollen. So if I take this blackberry kush, capture the pollen, and this northern light I got right here, put it in flower and pollinate with that, you know, I would have a strand that's female strand because it's fem seed pollen on that plant. So what we're gonna do is this here. Before we get into that, we have the Northern Light, we have my blackberry kush, everything's ready. I have a review I want to give from the Holistic Center. They sent me a wonderful donation last week. We had a problem with the broadcast last week, so it messed up, and I apologize to them. I really do. We're going to get it going, and we're going to talk about what we got going on, and we're going to start this process. We have Tieresa Natural Mist in the house, and my boy Aaron is in the house, and we're going to have him provide us some giveaways so everybody can try it. If you want to save, if you want fem pollen or you want to make some fem seeds, we're going to have 10 slots today to give away 1 ounce spray bottles to those who would like to try it. There's going to be 10 giveaways today along with that. So with that being said, we're going to get started and get going. Let me get my light. Give me a second, y'all. Let me find my lighter. And I can spark this when we get started. Ugh. All right. And I'm sorry for the delay, y'all. I really am. All right. Now, I picked some strands out that we have for the actual breeding project since today is actually day one of that. I'm going to pick the blackberry kush to pollinate most of everything in there just because of the genetics. And I'm going to take this northern light, I'm going to capture the pollen and re-pollinate the plant to make female seeds. But everything I have in here, I want to get pollinated with the blackberry kush for the black series. So we're going to do that today, starting out with day one of it. Hold up, y'all. Let me get this started. Let me get this going. All right. Now, if you see in this here, this is a 1 ounce bottle that you get for $20, $30 at your normal stores that we get for $11.50 for the social grow. Now, this is 10 days to 11, 12. It depends on the strand. Really, from my experience, it depends on the strand. Some days it says 7 to 10. Some days it says 12 to 10 to 14. It really depends on the strand. Once you start to spray it, once I spray this on this plant, it's going to introduce to 12-12, and it's going to switch the whole sex of the plant from female to male. But the male pollen that it does produce is going to be female pollen, meaning that I can take this blackberry kush that we have here, I can spray it on the top, it'll pollinate this. We'd have fem blackberry seeds, which you can't get it in order from, or I can capture the pollen and hit on this northern light, and we have blackberry light here. So what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna look at this plant here. For instance, saying that, I'm sorry if you can't see. You know, I try to work it out. Up at top, there's no tops. They're growing out, sprouts are shooting. I know these genetics because I have another plant in there growing from the same mother plant. This is a clone, once again, so it's the same genetics that I'm going to back cross it with. Now, all these down here, we don't care about that. Really, we're not worried about that. Really, we can strip it if you really want to, because once you spray this here, it changes the genetics of this plant here to make it a male plant. So what I'm going to do is this. Let me put this down. I'm going to shake this up. We got the mist. Right? Now check this out. I'm going to spray it one time at the top right here. I'm going to spray it once. And I'm going to spray it one more time here. Just because I want this top half part to make pollen and the rest to catch it. So I'm going to spray it twice. Now, check this out. Before you spray it, you only need to spray it one time. Right? Now I'm going to spray it twice. So here, we're going to catch it. Here's the first spray. Okay, now here's the second. Now I got them two in there. Right? Now I'm going to do the same thing to this northern light. Just right here. I'm not going to spray no more of this plant from here down. Is going to stay because I want them to bud up so that they can catch this pollen that comes from up here and pollinate this plant so I can have fem seeds of blackberry kush. Same thing with this northern light. I'm going to do the same thing where it's going to pollinate itself and it's going to come down, but at the same time I'm going to collect the pollen because I have strands in there I want to hit with the pollen. Lucian Dream. We have Emerald OG. We have Bodhi OG we got going on. We got the Sunshine Dream we got going on. We have my Lemon Widow we got going on. There's a lot of them that we have going on. But one thing about this female spray that we're going to get into that I made it a necessity to get into because once again here, I do believe in this spray, and it's actually literally one spray a day. So when you do it before you put your plant, when it's lighting going on, and it's time before you put it to sleep, hit it one time at the spot you want it to show the female and male sacs. Is one time. Spray it, you're done. Now, before I light this up, let's see what everybody's any questions. It's pretty simple. It's pretty much, it's not too hard, too difficult to understand. Anybody knows anything about some breeding? Um, I have males in there now that I can put in 12-12 and get male pollen from, but it's a difference when you have female pollen. So you're taking a female plant and you're switching the genetics, the sex of that plant to a male. That is hell of a lot different than is uh, with a male plant. So we're going to get into that too. Now, we're going to start this journey that I have. I did a little bit of homework because I have some questions about how you know which plants you know how to cross. What plants do you know the characteristics? What are you looking for? Are you looking for indica sativa 50-50? Are you looking for indica hybrid? Um, so basically, when we're starting this journey that we're doing, I'm going to take you from the beginning all the way to the end. Now, this blackberry kush here, we're taking femseeds of. This is indica, old school indica, where the genetics are not known. It's just that they crossed it so much and found the strand they wanted. This is it. That blackberry kush is an unknown genetics. Now, this northern light, I know is a known genetic. It's a 20-year strand that's been developed. That's why it's so stout, so potent to growing. But with these things here, I'm gonna give you is a detailed information to indica strands, sativa strands, and rudialis strands for Rudy strands. Indicas usually have a broad general characteristics. They might surely compact branches. They're wide, short branches, which means dark and sometimes tingled purple. Uh, their buds are usually tight, heavy, wide, and thick, rather than long, They smell stinky, skunky, or pungent. That's an indica strand. Now I know a lot of hybrids. They have that half and half strand. They got a wonderful texture, wonderful structure, but don't have that indica smell to it because they have that sativa in them that takes longer flowering. I know that. That's why I'm showing this with you. Now sativas, there are different varieties. Therefore, the whole Colombia, uh, Panamanian, Mexican, Nicaraguan, Congolese, Indian, Thai are usually found in equatorial and sub-equatorial zones. They require a long time to mature because they're originated in areas that have a long season. They are potent to the contains large quantities of THC. So a lot of these crosses that you see here is wonderful with THC. Like you go to Brazil, you go to South America, man, they have them strands. And I ain't gonna lie, a lot of them have some potent strands. And that's why, as breeders here, we come in the medical field, we find out which strands is which. We find out which ones stand tall, and you want to cross them with the best strands, the best tasting. You might say, look, for example, these two here. I might say this is a Brazilian sativa. This might be an American indica. But I know the taste of this, and I know the bud structure of this is going to give me this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross them two. I'm going to grow some females out. I'm going to cross them all together and find me the best strand that fits that style and structure. But you must forget that there is different zones, meaning that America, we have 12, 12, like right now, darkness might come 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. When you go on the East Coast, it might become 5, 6 o'clock. You know, it's just different. Learn that structure, learn that strand that you're going to do. Now, these Rudy seeds is a wild, pure variety. It's flowering marijuana. A few weeks after germination, plants begin to produce flowers while they continue to grow. They turn to be short between 1 to 3 feet, and varieties differ in flower and growth. Now, Rudy's, which at the same time as auto flowers, is a whole different topic. Now, we're taking indica and sativa strand. You cross them, you know, you have so many weeks, 8 to 10 weeks, 11 to 12 weeks, 13 weeks, sometimes at 14 to 15 weeks, long strands. But autoflowers, man, they're usually 40, man, like I don't know, 40, but 50, 60 days, 70 days, and they're done. They're pretty quick. You can cross them if you can capture the pollen and do it and make use of 50-50 seeds, which meaning is if you had, like say, for instance, with blackberry kush, you had autoflower purple kush, you would have seeds that are 50-50, which meaning there would be 50 photo and 50% Rudy seeds. A lot of people don't know that. They just think because they have a male and a female, they put them together, that's what's going to happen. That's not actually what's going to happen. You have to know the characteristics and the genetics of your strands and everything across. So that is what I mean by a Rudy seed, the difference between a female and a veg plant. Uh, Let me see who's on here real quick. Let me give a shout out. What's up, Cooks? What's up, Kevin? What's up, everybody from the social? What's up, Ricky? What's up, Skaz? Up here in motion with y'all. So I want to get this done tonight. I have a lot of things I want to talk about. Now, I know I'm gonna get some riffraff about this, but who cares? Just me and my thought, my I put it this way, my background to the point where I like to find the facts about different things. I find a lot of breeders, man, is when we get the breeders and pollen checkers and all that, a lot of them really can't understand the strands they deal with. Maybe I can understand that, but a lot of them don't understand it because they're not in a state where they can have the opportunity or the I would say the availability of strands that they would have. Like me in Tacoma, Washington, I have when I go there, I have 60, 70 strands I can be available to. Like where somebody would go to Montana or somewhere in The Midwest only have 10 strands they'd be available to. It's just a difference, you know. I'm not a hater or nothing like that, but different zones is different strokes for different folks. I know some people in California that has availability to go to these stores and get 10, 20 grams, but a lot of times, sometimes they have something we don't have, sometimes we have something they don't have, and that is that. All right, now before I get into it, let me go ahead and get this giveaway I had for my 400 subs that I wanted to do last week. That I did not do last week because of the interruption in the broadcast. So we have 400 subs. We have 400 people doing a giveaway. So what I'm gonna do is for the 400 subs. I'm sorry, Social Bro. This is for my subs. Um, Actually, I pulled the number and it was real early. I was by myself, so the number was 226 when I did it. I don't even know who it is or what it was. It was 226 when I pulled it. So when I go home, when I go back inside and I pull the number, whoever's closest won it. The 70 seeds. I have 7 different strands, which you get 10 seeds from. From the Decernetic line, you would get 10 seeds from 70 seeds. This is a thank you to my subs and for joining. Man, the Social Grow is a wonderful place. Man, it's really a good place to learn things. I learn things every day, and I pretty much figure myself as a seasoned grower. I know that the programs are different things that different with plants that you could be able to handle and fix yourself. I know that, but there's a lot of things daily that I like to hear from different growers. So I see myself as a person that enjoys the social grow. But we're going to be spending quite a few days. I'm going to be doing 2 shows a week, and I'm not broadcasting them Sunday. That's going to be the day I'm going to broadcast it. We'll put it into the same video and play it for you. And the only reason why I do it is because I'm gonna have to spray this Tier's Mist once a day, every day, for 7 to 10 days. So I'm gonna spray this on there every day, and I'm gonna record myself spraying this, so you can see the actual change in the genetics. That's gonna change these female plants here into male plants, and I'm gonna capture that pollen and pollinate. I have another cut from the same mother in there. That's female black purple blackberry kush, sorry, and the northern light. So it's going to be wonderful to see them grow and make femsies of. But before we go on, is there any questions about this Tier's Mist that you might want to ask, that you might not know about, that you want to ask about? I know. I'm sorry, y'all. I really address a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of things. I'm glad my wife's finally home. Baby gonna be due here in the next week or two. She got to come home, which is good. So I'm happy. I've been really off every week, dealing with daughter being born and everything else. But everything is going good. I appreciate the love that I got from everybody. I appreciate the review. Matter of fact, I appreciate the review that Jada GoPro gave me. Um, about the genetics. Even though I didn't grow it, everything was really wonderful. Everybody check him out, GoPro. I appreciate that review. It's just genetics. It depends on whoever grows it. You can have some strong, some weak, some just depends. But that's just the way it is. How did we get one of these books? Okay. Ed Rosenthal is the actual writer, producer of this book here. Let me see it because you won't see it. Uh, you might see it back here. He wrote this book, The Marijuana Grower's Handbook, start to finish. Man, this dude here is a standout dude in the community. 40, 50 years. God, he's a god growing marijuana. Good friend. I get to talk to him a little while. He's going to be on the show here in the next few weeks. So you can be able to answer some things and maybe get a autograph edition book of his. Uh, Ed, I'm telling you, man, I come up with some scenarios and he tells me uh, God, things that I wouldn't even think of how to fix it. Where if you answered it on social or different sites, we think about it. It's all that experience that I'm a pleasure of hearing. I'm glad he's starting to see that, and he's going to be doing this pretty soon. But he's a wonderful dude. Okay, now this breeder's deal that we got going on is not just going to be to show you how to make female pollen. It's not going to make how to take the female pollen and make seeds of. I actually have a male Death Star, male regular pheno that I'm going to take and mix some crosses up too. The purpose of making this documentary of this here is to show you how to capture pollen from a female plant and turn her female sex to a male sex that you collect from and make a female seed from. That's the purpose of this documentation that we got here that we're gonna do. It's gonna be, man, you're gonna see a female plant turn to a male plant. You're gonna see a female plant turn to a male plant, and have a male plant turn to a female plant. There's a lot of them on there. A lot of breeders like Mojo on there. Who does some breeding. Cookies Mike, my boy. Even Green Cloud's doing some cloning. It's just nothing when you get to that excitement. When you find that plant, you say, "Ooh, it looked good." I swear to God, this is a female. So, man, this looked like a female. When you get it, it's a male. But when you cross it, it's a wonderful strand. That's how I came out with some of these strands I got now. I grew 3 or 4 of them, the same one. I picked maybe 2 of them out of 4. So I said, "Ooh, this is a male for real. Look like that. I'm gonna throw it in the tin. I don't care. I'm gonna pollinate it." It's a different vibe, different feeling you get when you can see a different. When you have 2 different plants, you have one, yeah, you've been working on. She's a female. The other one's a male. Do you kill it? Do you save it? Uh, do you let it go so you can capture the pollen to keep the strand going? No matter of fact, before we even go there, do you know what the strand is? Because a lot of you don't. And I mean to say that not to be a mean person, because a lot of you really don't. I talk to a lot of people who's really beginning growers, who really is passionate about this and want to know about the strands. I say, hey, you got to know, you got to look at the breeder, you got to look at the seed, you got to look at the strain. Look at how your plant looks at 10 weeks, and how the breeder's plants are supposed to look at 10, 11, 12 weeks. Do they look alike? They don't. Is this a record? Is this a well-known breeder that you got it from? It's not. Do your homework. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of different strands. Why are you doing your homework? I'm not knocking that, because I've known to take some cuts from some breeders who I know that this is a strand. You've been growing this for how long? But it don't mean nothing when you go to the store and you get a cut, and the cut when it grow out don't look like this one. There's different phenomes of that. Now as a grower, you must know that there's different phenomes and structures in your plant. Now, just because I got a cut of this and I give him a cut of this and I have him the cut of this, that is going to be different. No, if it came from the same mother plant that I have, just because the cut looked different, just because it rooted and it looks different when it grows, that it's going to produce a different strand. It's not. Let me get that known to y'all now. Now, if it come from this, if I had a plant like this one, right? Let me give you an example. I cut 4 clones of them. I give 3 homies clones of it. They grow big. I keep one for myself and 3 clones. Are they different phenols or the same phenol? See, a lot of people don't understand this. That's why I'm documenting this with you. I want you to follow me as I do this. If you have your clone, if you don't have your clone, I want you to understand this. I took this clone here. This here that I took is a clone off the other plant that I have for this. It's been a long time coming. I sprayed the top of it. I'm not going just to collect the pollen. I want the pollen to create and bust all down the rest of this to pollinate this plant. Same thing with this northern one. We're gonna do this every day. I'm gonna take a video every day and show you every day the different changes of how this plant changes into a male plant from a female and pollinate itself to give you fem seeds. I know a lot of you, some of you I talk to, don't understand and don't like about fem seeds. You don't like about how it does. You think it's cheating. Well, that's just the way it is. You know, you can either accept it or neglect it, reject it or don't get with it. It don't matter. It's still gonna go. Um, and I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying that because when I go deal with a place and I talk to a buddy of mine and they got 50 to 60 damn strands, and he asking you what's your element, and you got to know what your element is to tell him. You know, do you have spasms? Do you have pain? Do you have back pains? Do you have muscle pains? Do you have headaches? Do you can't hold your food down? Are you sick? You gotta know what elements, which strands work for which. Have you done your research? Have you not done your research? Um, that's one thing I love about this medication that you can always learn, you can always benefit from this strand is the appeal of it don't mean that it has to deal with the element that you have, right? You can look at this blackberry kush and know that from my dealing with this most black strands or deep purple strands is that they're a high CBD strain. That's just um, my opinion from what I chose. You know, so there's not a lot of high THC strands that are blackberry or purple. They're not. They're a lot of. They're mostly CBD to me in my neck of the woods. Uh, and knowing that I would take the characteristics off this plant, that's what I would catch the female pollen from and put on another plant that would make it to something else. Is why I would do that. That's the only reason why I'm doing it. I'm not trying to look for a CBD strain. But like I give to everybody, know your plant structure, know your plant's history, know your lineage in your plant, know how your plant is. Is this a clone you got and you're rocking with it, or is it a second or third generation of this? Does the breeder you got it from, does he have seeds of it? Has he grown something? Does he have pictures of it? Have you smoked some of it? Learn the plant. It's just different things, the medical and the characteristics and God, there's so many that you can't even understand. Know your plant. That's what I'm saying. Um, this breeding project, which I'm glad you hear us, like I said, Tieresa missed. And while we're at that, is going to be doing that now. Now, this giveaway is only for the people who's watching right now. This is not nothing that's going to be isolated or none of that. I'm not even reading the people who's talking right now. If you join the social grow, right? You log in just for logging in, just to understand. Look, take a day or two, just come in and come to the chat, watch the videos, watch what they got going on. Man, you're gonna learn something. I'm not one of those who's gonna push it or force it on nobody, but the social grow is where it's at. If you come there, the first 10 messages I get in the first 10 PMs I get in my box. D Stern, once you log in and sign in and get a look at for it, look at it, the first 10 people, we get to try the Tieresa miss. And we'll get it to them. The first 10 messages I get in my PM will win it. But at the same time, we want you to use it. We want you to try it. We want you to make some female pollen, some female seeds, and document it. Have some type of activities with the community. I know there's a lot of people who like to join and don't do anything, just want to win and that's it. But here, it's a different story. But y'all, uh, we sprayed them. We started out day one. Uh, I gave the giveaway. I'm gonna go in and review it. First person close enough wins. It's not gonna be too much today because I want to start day one with you. Next week we're gonna be having day, I think it's 7. I'm gonna spray this every day because you have to spray it. Like today, got the first spray, so tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is gonna get sprayed. I'm gonna spray it and record it. I'll play it on here so you can see it. I might save it so you can actually see the balls and play it for you, but they're gonna get it every day until it changes sex. This is not gonna be a long show. I want you to show this breeding project that we had because last week it was kind of messed up. That it messed up on me, but we got it going, and I have the 70 seeds. If you check the contest, the giveaway, the number I named, the closest person to it wins. You'll be getting a message from me tonight. The 10 people who log into the social, who's a member, who sign up. You can sign up right now. Sign up to the social right now and say, I would like to try some of this Tieresa Mist. And the first 10 people will win. But you have to try it out. You have to use it and make something for us to put down. But them is the two. It's your boy D Stern. I got to get back, get things ready going. I'm sorry, not for a long show. But, hey, I thank you for the winners. I have more generic packs and genetics packs I'm giving out this week. Just to be logged into this because I'm only going to air day 3 and maybe day 5 of spraying it to show you the stretchiness that goes in the plant when you spray it. After 4 or 5 days, you'll see it stretch a little bit. I'm going to be showing them, and it's going to be on the social grow only. I'm not going to be putting it on YouTube or none of that. So check in with this whole breeding project, and there's going to be packs available when it's done. But I want you to be here. I love the social grow. I love y'all. I'm sorry I'm not a whole hour. I've been busy, as you know. So, like I said, even my social grow people, the first 10 right now, start now. I mean, you're right, GC. Man, there's a lot of perks to this. Not just to this. I'm talking about to the shows you see in a lot of this. You have to be. I agree. There's a lot of you have to be a paid member because there's so many perks. You're not gonna grow. Man, you got any questions? Man, there's so much help there. It's just I can't understand it. You know why people be on Facebook or any of these dating sites for nothing and don't want to come here and learn something. Really, it's and I agree with GC. I'm not going to do that. Um, say for anybody, you know, even though I know everybody and whoever is on there. If you're not a member of the social, bro, you should be. There's a free trial membership. Join it. You're gonna learn about it and learn from it. You must be a social member. Okay, let me rephrase that. So on the show, you must be a social member. You can log in now, sign up, join. The first 10 people that PM me as a member, not a guest, but as a member, will win the 10 samples of the Tieresa Mist, and they can join me with this. I know I'll be now. If I get them today, you will get them in 3-4 days, you know, time whatnot. I know I'll be a couple of days ahead of you, but you can still be with me on the journey to make your own female seeds or female pollen you want to capture. So the 10 people that hit me up will win it, and we'll get that to you. And next week I'll show you day 6 uh, into the project and how everything's stretched and how everything looks. Thank you for everybody who's giving me a blessing about family and everything. Glad everything's going on. I'm sorry it's short. Tomorrow will be longer. Appreciate everybody. Keep it cracking and keep it smoking. And I love everybody. Peace.